Okay, some breaking sports news coming out of Australia. Well, it's a developing story. James Hooper, who obviously regularly appears on NRL 360 and regularly appears on Triple M Radio, he's also a chief rugby league reporter for Fox Sports in Australia, has been sacked by both Fox Sports and Triple M following a high grade drink drive charge. Yes. Now, I do feel that they have sacked him simply because of the Paul Kent situation over the last couple of years and how they were seen to have dealt with that. Obviously, Paul Kent was suspended twice in the last 2 years. One for domestic violence allegations, which he beat in court. He was found not guilty. There was a lot that came out in court that we didn't know in the public at the time. But then Paul Kent got involved in a drunken brawl outside a pub in the inner west of Sydney last year. He was charged with assault. He was suspended. He was then sacked. He then appeared at court. He was given a good behaviour bond. And I think because of those incidents in the last couple of years, this has, I think, forced both Fox Sports and Triple M to take action. Now, this is not James Hooper's first alcohol-related incident either. There have been other alcohol-related incidents with James Hooper, but I think this also speaks to a sort of change in the management and the standards expected within the media. We've seen a lot of allegations about the media globally coming out of impropriety, misbehaviour, and allegations like this. Now, he's been charged with drink driving. Obviously, it's got to go through the courts process. But if it's a high grade charge, that's prison time if found guilty. If he gives a B sample and goes through the legal process, he could be facing time in prison. Now, there'll be those in Australia who will go, well, how come Ezra Mam avoided prison time whilst under the influence of drink and drugs and also crashed his vehicle into another vehicle, injuring a parent and her young child, and the driver of the vehicle, who was an Uber driver, and also had no licence, no insurance, and it wasn't his vehicle, and he avoids jail time. And there will be those who will raise that on a legal standpoint. And James Hooper is a well-known media personality. I do think because of some of these incidents, and there's been other incidents in the media over here in the UK, in North America, other incidents in the Australian media. There's been, Four Corners investigation into the media culture as well, with some off-camera incidents involving high-profile sports journalists and media journalists in regards to news presenting. I do think that, again, as I say, what happened with Paul Kent last year, I think, has forced Fox Sports and Triple M's hands a little bit. I think they faced a lot of criticism for bringing him back to work when they did, following his first suspension. A lot of people felt he should have been sacked the first time round. And the fact that his second suspension lasted as long as it did before he was eventually sacked and then before his court appearance, a lot of people did feel he should have been shown the door earlier. And this is also not James Hooper's first alcohol-related incident either. So, again, I think this is damage limitation by the broadcasters. But James Hooper, Jesus, this does also speak to the culture within the media. There's a big drink and drug culture within mainstream media. It's well known. It's not a secret. A lot of journalists like to drink heavily. There's a lot of drug misuse as well in journalism. And it is something that this speaks to the culture within sports journalism and journalism in general. And look, it's an interesting one. It's a developing story, but if it's a high-grade drink drive charge, depending on the jurisdiction you're in, that's prison time. That is prison time. That's a lengthy ban from driving, and there also drink driving charges. Some employers, that's an automatic sacking. It is an automatic sacking under the code of conduct that employers will have. So we will see what the aftermath happens, but James Hooper's been sacked by both Fox Sports and Triple M. So there we go. Place your thoughts on his sacking in the comments section below, and I'll have some more content for you all very, very soon.